I wish the two of us could also play tug of war, Kushi.
Only the two of us? That wouldn't be so much fun. Besides, I'm stronger than you, so you would lose. So it would be better if we included other team members too.
You mean I would have to call a few friends to join us? That would surely add to the fun.
And if we two are alone, we would be like point A and point B on a line segment.
But when my friends come, they will stand behind me. Would they also get a name?
Of course, yes. We could name them point C and point D, while the people who join me would be named point E and point F. But you need to remember, every time you invite more of your friends, we will have to extend the rope on both the sides.
Oh yes, of course.
Thus, when point C and point D add on your side and point E and point F add on my side, we will have to extend the rope on both the sides. This happens every time new points are added.
Wow, it would be exciting as we can just keep on extending the line.
So remember, more the number of people, more the rope will need to be extended on both the sides.
Interesting.
So similarly, in geometry, point A and point P form a line segment, but it can still be extended on both the sides when more points are added to it. This is called a line.
So, you mean to say that a line segment is a part of a line?
That is correct, Subhash. Now let me explain it to you in detail for your better understanding.
Oh, I'm familiar with lines. We use lines to draw things. All you need to do is take a pencil and draw a straight line. It could be vertical or horizontal.
Sure, that's one way to look at it. But when we talk about lines in geometry, it's a little different.
How is that?
Now listen very carefully. A line is a collection of points along a straight path which goes on and on in opposite directions.
Just like in the game of tug of war, people hold the rope at different points.
Absolutely right. The people holding the rope are like points, and the rope represents the collection of points along the straight path.
The rope is also extending in opposite directions. So yes, that makes it similar to a line.
Great, Subhash. But we need to remember that a line has no endpoints. It extends indefinitely in either direction.
Does that mean that a line has no endpoints?
Yes, that's right. Let's take a look at this video.
Did you know that a line is made up of infinite number of points? Let us observe this fact. The line containing the 2 points A and B can be written as line AB. A line can also be denoted by a single letter such as M.
Oh, so a line segment is a part of the line having two endpoints.
That's clever.
It is interesting to know that a line can be named in two different ways. Just like I have a name and a pet name.
That is a nice trick to remember how to name a line, Subhash. So, a line passing through 2 points A and B can be written as either line AB or even represented by a single small letter, say M.
Can it be any small letter, Kushi?
Yes, but if we name it by using the 2 points through which it passes, we put a single line on top of the points with arrows on each side. This is done to indicate that this is a line.
But why the arrows at the both ends?
I knew this question was coming. That is because a line extends infinitely in both directions, hence the arrow. However, if we denote it by using a single letter, it is written in lowercase with no other indicator. That is, the arrow is not drawn.
I get it. It's now all logged and stored in my mind.
I am sure, Subhash. But did you know you can also have another line pass through this line? And if two lines have one common point, they are called intersecting lines.
Oh, like the road intersections? Crossroads?
Very smart. Also, sometimes two lines never meet or intersect each other. That is, they do not have any common point. They simply go on forever, side by side.
Oh, that reminds me of the tracks of a train.
Perfect! That is a very good example, Subhash. The tracks are like parallel lines that simply go on forever, side by side.
We cannot miss the parallel lines on roads too. I enjoy watching them as we drive by.
I am surprised at your observation. Yes, parallel lines are of critical importance when marking out roads, pedestrian crossing, car parks, and not to forget airport runways. Okay, let me see if you can find parallel lines in this picture.
Oh, that is easy. The windows of the building are parallel. Hey Kushi, look at the strings and frets of the guitar.
What about them? They produce a sound when they vibrate, right?
They are parallel.
I was just testing you. Let me see if you can tell me what kind of lines do the hands of the clock remind you of?
These lines have a common point, so they cannot be parallel lines. They have to be intersecting lines. Yes, the hands of the clock are intersecting lines.
Awesome, Subhash. Yes, the hands of the clock are lines, but they all pass through the center at the same point. That is why they are intersecting lines. Okay, we also use lines in history. Can you guess where?
In history, you must be joking. Where would you use lines in history except for drawing historical figures? I just cannot think of any other use of it.
No, Subhash. Think carefully. We use lines to draw timelines of events that have occurred. Like when we are writing someone's biography, a timeline of his life's events is made.
Oh yes. Now, when I do my history homework on the various events in the life of Mahatma Gandhi, I will use a line to put down the events in his life.
I am sure that your teacher will be impressed by your work. You can also use lines to draw columns to write your information systematically. Look, here is a timeline of Indian history.
I can see the lines here are vertically placed and are used to divide the information meaningfully into columns. Khushi, what about the equator? Isn't that a line too?
Getting smart, aren't you? Well, yes, it is an example of a line. A line that divides the earth in two hemispheres. The equator being at 0 degrees latitude.
Do we have 0 degrees longitude?
Yes, the 0 degrees longitude is the prime meridian. The latitude and longitude are intersecting lines.
We use these to locate places. The common point where they intersect is the exact location of the place.
Well done, Subhash. This reminds me, the letter X is also an example of intersecting lines.
What is happening? I hope we do not have a problem with the power.
Don't worry, Subhash. It's just a little power fluctuation. That reminds me that power lines must never touch each other. Otherwise, there would be a short circuit in the power grid.
You mean they need to run parallel?
Yes, always.
This was really useful information. It was really an eye-opener as I got to know that lines are not only used in geometry but also in history and geography. In fact, almost everywhere.
Okay, now let us quickly summarize what we've learnt. A line is obtained when a line segment like AB is extended on both sides indefinitely. It is denoted by line AB or sometimes by a single small letter like L. Two distinct lines meeting at a point are called intersecting lines. Two lines in a plane are said to be parallel if they do not meet.
Thanks a lot, Khushi. I did not realize that a simple game of tug of war would lead me to so much of valuable information. Now I better hurry. I need to complete my history homework.
Okay, Subhash, see you later.